Welcome to the Small Business Breakthrough Series, where each week we are interviewing guests that facilitate helping small business owners. And today we make an interesting pivot. We go into health and fitness because it is extremely important for small business owners to move their bodies, get into health, and get out. I've been through my own weight loss journey as a small business owner, and I encourage everybody to go through it because it makes you that much better in your body and in your mind. And we have brought on today Amy Jordan, who is the founder and CEO of WundaBar, and she specializes in movement of the body. And with her unique inventions, we're going to learn a little bit more about her. Amy, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for including me in this conversation.
Amy, can you tell me a little bit, give me a snapshot of what your business does and what your major outcome is for those that use your products?
So my first business that I launched is WundaBar Pilates that operates in 4 states within the US. And we also do streaming workouts. I teach live streaming workouts weekly. And the people that work out with us are really just getting a major core focus in everything they do. So even when we ask you to move your arm or move your leg, you're moving from the center of your body and creating a powerhouse that is unstoppable. You're leaving feeling empowered, feeling strong, and just amazing in your own skin. And while doing that work at home, I also created a tool. I fixed the nasty old Pilates ring and made the WundaCore resistance ring. And this has fixed it. And what this does is it's replacing my hands, adjusting you in real life. So if you can't be in this 4 studios walls with me, then this tool is going to help you get aligned and help you find core connection no matter what you're doing, even if you're on a squat rack at the gym or if you're trying to do planks and work at home. Either way, we're going to drive all that work to your core to create an unstoppable version of you.
Amy, getting into different elements of workouts and whatnot, how does Pilates benefit the small business owner versus, say, just getting a gym membership or a personal trainer?
It's really a workout that you're going to love to do. And I don't say this only because I love to do it. It's because our clients utilize all of their class packages. That's the greatest difference you can see from a gym to a Pilates studio. At a gym, a big book of their business is just paying the monthly dues and not going. There's very little motivation to go. Most people are like, oh, I have to go to the gym. Where in a Pilates studio like WundaBar Pilates, they are using those classes that they purchase and they are coming because they enjoy it and they feel amazing after because they're seeing results, not only in what they look like, but how they feel in their own skin. So you're getting the benefit of a guided expert workout. You're getting the benefit of healing past injuries or aches and pains that you have in your body. You're working head to toe the entire time, and it's really effective. It's 45 minutes and you're done.
That is amazing. So if you're out there, you want to make sure you're not one of the people that just subscribes to a membership, maybe Pilates might be a right answer for you. Amy, as you were talking about your special bar that you created,
Yes.
how do you envision that making it unique in the sense of helping individuals continue? You talked a little bit about it at the beginning, but I want you to unpack that a little further about how does it help you in the Pilates studio or those that are even trying to do it virtually? How does it help them benefit the success that they would see from doing a virtual Pilates session?
Absolutely. So you can see that this has flexi parts if you're watching the video, and it also has sturdy parts. And what it does is it teaches you proper alignment. So you're going to engage your middle back and open collarbones. There's kind of no way not to while you're holding this while you're doing work. Or if you have it around your calves during a squat, it's going to teach you where your knees should be in alignment. So if you have a torn ACL, if you have a meniscus tear, if you're coming back from a sprained ankle, this tool is going to be helpful to you to make sure that you're in proper alignment and getting the most out of every move that you're doing so that you are getting better results and feeling better rather than just feeling beat up at the gym and doing things that you don't have an expertise in.
That's awesome. Let's be real. You didn't start your business to feel stuck, overwhelmed, or bored out of your mind. But yet, here you are, spinning, stalled, or just chasing every shiny object just to stay motivated. And I know exactly how you feel, because I used to do the same thing. But that's why I built the Momentum community for founders like you. It's for people who are ready to get serious, simplify, and build a business that actually moves forward. It uses peer accountability, and it's what I used to be able to grow my business successfully and have a great exit. Does this sound like something you need? Click the link in the description below and let's have a conversation. Enjoy the rest of the show. Those abilities will help so much. I want to shift the focus a little bit. So my audience is a lot of small business owners, and we've had a big series of small business owners that support small business owners. But what I want to talk about is you being a small business owner yourself. How have you set yourself apart inside of your industry and created a benefit? And maybe what are some of the struggles that you have been faced with over the course of the last little bit? And might have to touch on COVID, might not. That's up to you. But we're 4 years past it, so it's okay if you don't. But what are those struggles that you face as a small business owner today, just to kind of relate with the audience a little bit?
For sure. When I got into the Pilates industry, I was leaving a very amazing job as the senior vice president of marketing at Marvel Studios. This was a killer job by any stretch of the imagination, but it wasn't a job that I felt was giving back in a way I wanted to the world. So I pivoted into Pilates. And one of the struggles that I came across was that I felt I'm so new to this. How can I stand with these other people who've been doing Pilates for 15 years, 20 years? How can I stand shoulder to shoulder, opening my own studio, creating my own equipment, developing my own approach? And not only did I have to lean on mentors in my own space, in the Pilates space, and do a lot of training, I also just had to really understand that being new in an industry and being a new business owner and new to entrepreneurship really was kind of a superpower, because I didn't have old ideas that I was just kind of standing on, or old principles about traditional Pilates that, oh, I have to, be really reverent about this form of exercise or this particular modality. I feel like I used it as inspiration and then really brought it into the future. And that's my goal, not only with, this is a great example. An old Pilates ring was created 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, and it hasn't been fixed or improved upon since. And so recreating that, it's a 100-year-old technology. The resistance ring that I developed brings it into the future and works better when we're doing things like streaming, when we're doing things where we have digital workouts where people need to know what proper alignment is, and that tool helps them to find it. Even in studio, traditional Pilates back in the day was one-on-one. It was very expensive. It was very slow and very effective, but very slow and very, I call it like waterfall in the corner Pilates. And now we have, energetic music. We have 10 to 12 or sometimes more people in the room. And again, this tool working with the machine that I designed allows people to know where they're meant to be, keeping them safe and giving them incredible results. So that's a big way that I found that launching into small business, being new, being just unsure of what my addition to this industry was going to be, it gave me the superpower of not feeling like I was locked into the way it was and knowing that I could take it into the future.
I want everybody listening to really hear the nugget inside of that response that Amy just gave, which is you can't keep doing things the same way forever. If you have been in business for 5, 10, 15, 20 years and you're still doing things the same, I've talked about this many times before, you are way, way behind the times. Amy's fresh look gave her the ability to really look outside the perspective. And so one of the tricks that you can use is look outside of your market space. If you're a retail store, look outside the market space. If you're a service business, look at retail stores. There's different ways to go about this. Amy, where do you see your business going in the next 5 to 10 years?
It's really exciting. Not only do we have expansive growth planned for the brick and mortar studios, so that's one silo of business we're building. We are also going to be expanding on the WundaCore product line. So this is our hero product. We launched this about a year ago. It's been in use in the studios and in around the world in many studios and homes. But as of November 11th, we are launching 7 new products in that line, new colors, yoga mats, resistance loops that are the kind of more stretchy ones that are a circle, like elasticy, but they have no latex. And so often latex allergies are an issue in fitness products. I personally have a latex allergy, so I wanted to serve that segment of the population where they can't touch the typical, rubber bands that you would use in studio. I'm working on additional new inventions for the WundaCore line to launch in 2025. But my very big project I'm working on is a home model of my Wundaformer. So the machine we use in studio is a patented machine. It has 16 patent claims on it because it's like a Swiss Army knife of Pilates equipment. So when you go into the studios in California, New Jersey, New York, and Tennessee, you get to use this equipment, but there are lots and lots of places where even if we opened 1,000 studios, we're still going to not get everywhere, or for one reason or another, people would prefer to work out in their home. So I'm working on, already have a prototype in process for a home model of my equipment so that we can continue to work together on a physical machine as well as in studio.
That is awesome, Amy. And we will have this show should release on November 12th. So if you're hearing this, you should be going out and getting all the information here in a little bit. But first, before we get into Amy's information and how to find all of her fun products, let's have a little bit of a lightning round. You up for it?
I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Okay. Questions are simple, for the most part. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee. Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. Why do you even ask that question? It's obviously dogs.
If you could grab only one weapon or item during a zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
I think it would probably be this. I would whack them with a WundaCore resistance ring. It's very sturdy, and you can put it in the dishwasher. So when it gets goo on it, just put it in the dishwasher and it's about good to go.
Hey, there we go. Dishwasher safe. How about that? Favorite quote or phrase that you think about often?
I think about the quote that's actually from my CEO coach, Dan Martell. It's been on my heart lately, where he posted a statement that treat yourself the way that you would treat someone you're trying to help. And I think so often we are so readily able and willing to help others and stop everything and, bring them a coffee, do something for them, show up for them in a way that we don't often show up for ourselves, especially as business owners. We're so busy attending to our team, to our clients, to our family, to our loved ones, that we start to forget about sometimes we need that support too. If we're having a difficult moment, if there's a tough season in the business, it's really important to show up for ourselves and help ourselves in the way that we are very willing and able to help others.
That is, I can resonate with that one very well. How about a favorite movie or streaming series that you love?
Oh my God, you're going to out me. The only show I watch, and I am roasted mercilessly for this, is I watch the Great British Baking Show on repeat. And that's it. I just watch it and watch it because they're so nice and they're so kind and it's so easy, and you can just kind of like fall asleep to it. And if you miss half of it because you fell asleep, they're making cake. You didn't miss anything.
You'll never get roasted, at least from me, for watching baking shows, because my daughter is a culinary student and
Fabulous.
we had Food Network and the Great British Baking Show on because she was a pastry chef, is where she wants to be. And so we've listened to it, every one of them. I wish Guy Fieri, if he ever listens to this, will reach out, because it would be an amazing intro. The Let's go. One book that has influenced your life the most.
That's a great one. I'm going to say 2. The first book that came to mind is Untamed by Glennon Doyle Melton. That is an incredible book, just kind of a perspective shift about life, and then also Happy with a Pocket Full of Money. And it is a book that talks about quantum physics, nothing I ever thought that I would be able to tolerate. But what it's done is it's really helped me to shift my mindset kind of on what life is and how valuable and important it is, our beliefs about ourselves and life, our mindset, and the language we use surrounding what we choose to focus our thoughts and energy on.
That sounds very powerful. Okay, last one. And I'm super excited to hear this one, being that you're from the inventor side of it. So what's one big obstacle that you have had to overcome and one lesson that you've learned from it?
A very big obstacle will tie back to COVID now. So during COVID, not only were all of my businesses closed, because I operate in Los Angeles and New York, so every single business was closed at the time for over a year. My children were also being homeschooled. I had a kindergartner and a third grader at the time, and I was diagnosed with cancer. And so during that season, I had a lot of obstacles to overcome. It was a very arduous journey, and miracles abound. I am here today to be chatting with you. But one of my big takeaways from that journey on all levels was the filter that I now review every single choice I make in life through. Is this worth the fight that I went through? Is this podcast interview? Is this client appointment? Is this vacation? Is this dinner invitation? Is this worthy? It goes through this filter. Is this worthy of my time and what I fought so hard to do after I healed?
That is unbelievably powerful. Hits right in the heart on that and I appreciate your time so much, even more than I already appreciated it for that. And listeners out there, that is a great filter of there. Take your biggest challenge that you've been through and apply it. Filter of, is it worth the time? We're both part of a very elite community where we are trying to buy back our time as entrepreneurs, and that is makes it even that much more powerful. Amy, it has been such a great opportunity to have you on the podcast. Where can viewers collaborate and or find your products?
So you can reach me at Amy Jordan Official. And if you DM me Pond Podcast, then I will give you a link to attend a Zoom class with me for free. I would love to move with you. You don't need anything except the floor and your willingness to move. So if you DM me that link or that name, I will send you the Zoom link for our next workout. You can also find out more about WundaCore and our product launch. That is at WundaCore on Instagram or TikTok. And it is also WundaCore.com. For the studios, it's at WundaBar Pilates, WUNDABAR Pilates.com, or at WundaBar on Instagram and TikTok.
Lots of ways to connect with Amy, and I'll have all
ways.
of that information in the show notes below. So if you want to reach out, please reach out and learn a little bit more about getting movement in the body and or some of the products that Amy has to offer. Amy, it has been so great to have you on the show. Until next time.